Salome. It is time to begin the excursion into Maniac Mansion. This is going to be about the bravest attempt I've ever made. So I'm going to go ahead and I know there are going to be people who are watching this who are coming in with about as much information as I have. And there are going to be people who are coming in with absolutely an entire, backlog of knowledge about what to do here. And probably the first thing that anybody can notice is that that's not how a human man is supposed to look. So we picked, and I picked Razor, and then I picked Wendy. Because I have a sense of what you can do for both of them. Razor, I've been able to find a way to get her to record something onto a cassette tape. Some piano onto a cassette tape. I don't know what that's going to do necessarily, but it's something. They wouldn't let me do that if it didn't do something. And I know Wendy's like a writer, and I found a shitty manuscript. And then there's a TV commercial that you can watch that's like, send your manuscripts to this number, we will publish it, and so I think that's, oh, I gotta use the key. And there is a read function. I was playing earlier and I was like, I want to read what that says. But that's kind of ironic in a way. Now, I think what I'm going to do with Dave is station him here to wait for the package, because there's a package coming. And then we're going to go to Razor. Now, first thing you got to do with the Razor that I've learned, I'm going to let it play. Honestly, her theme music is among... It's really this part which gets to me. This is among the worst pieces of music I've ever heard composed. So we're going to turn off the LCD player for Miss Razor here. Nothing against it. I don't know if that's whatever her band name is. The Ruckus or whatever. It's like Razor and the somethings. Anyway, I don't know if that's indicative of what she makes. I'm not a big fan of that sort of music. I'm really not a fan of like monotonal driving 8-bit rock. Now, I say that I am a bit of a hypocrite because that was, hanging out on one note when I was in jazz band in high school and I had to do solos, that was kind of my style. Was I would pick whatever the chord note was. If it was a B flat major, I'd be on B flat, I'd be playing octaves. And you were fortunate if you were getting octaves. You were getting high and low B flats. I made it not a point of pride, but really a point of fear, never to even try to learn music theory. Which I regret, because there's no... I don't know why I was so against it. But regardless, now I just don't know music theory in any capacity. Even though I played music from the age of 10 to 22. In various situations. So, put the cassette tape in there. We're going to go ahead and turn on the cassette recorder. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the piano. And then it plays a song. Gotta like a song. And so we just live here. Wait for that to be done. Okay, and then we'll go turn off the old cassette recorder. Get the cassette tape. And now we have that. And there's a place downstairs where you can play the cassette recorder. What if I get the broken record? What if I use the broken record on the Victrola? And I suppose I could, I'll just leave that on. I don't see why I necessarily need to turn it off. Really need to go in there. Now there's a cut scene that plays. What I've done basically every time that I've played this game up to this point is... Actually, I don't really need to be in here. I'm going to take Wendy in here, but I don't really need to have Razor in there. Because not that there's anything necessarily losing nor gaining by being in there. It's just I turn on the lights and the clock's a ticking, right? I think. There's something with this where you got to know a high score. I got that off reading. The poster's very clever. I got to say that's an old school feely. Is what I got in the back seat of my Buick in high school. It was an old school feely. And I'm not proud of that. Actually, I take that, but pretend I didn't say that. And I don't have anything to give to the tentacle. It sounds like that. It sounds like a dream. He likes the plastic food. I think if I give him the plastic food that's in here, he likes that. Paintbrush, paint remover, easel. Oh, you know what? That was right. I was looking for a look button because I wanted to see what the sketch looked like, but you can't read that because it's a sketch. So, kind of no harm, no foul on anybody. That was not my fault for not finding a read function. Because I was looking for like an eye, they give you like the rebus. Play Monkey Island. That was a cool sound. Well, yeah, let's give that to the tentacle then. I really don't know if I should be closing doors behind me. It would make sense, and kind of I want to believe. Oh, that's right. Because I think the next one, Weird Ed comes out and goes downstairs. Do you like that if I read the cutscene? That always annoyed me. Of course, I'm talking over the cutscene. You'll never get away with... Nah, I'm just not gonna... You and your meteor can eat slime! Well, that's what she thinks. No, it's just... I can do about 2 voices. I like the tentacles theme. Okay. And I think if I give it to him... Oh, you know what? Normally I give him the can of Pepsi, but I haven't done that yet. I wonder if Edna's out of the kitchen yet, because there's a cutscene in which Ed goes into the kitchen, and let's go there. Well, we'll sacrifice Dave if we do. This is all learning. Look, and maybe sometimes you gotta sacrifice Dave. Every time it feels like I sacrifice Dave. It doesn't seem like Dave has all that much in particular he can do other than just kind of, general leadership skills. He's kind of like yeah, if I was snappier, I would have thought of like a mediocre NFL quarterback that would fit in there. Oh, hey, okay. So now I know that I want to get batteries, cheese. Well, I've never seen, because I always grab the cheese, and then Ed's like, where's all the cheese? And so I want to see what happens when he gets the cheese. Presumably he eats it. The curiosity there, it's kind of I don't know what the risk reward equivalent is between, like, if I'm curious and then how titillated I will get by discovering the answer to an unknown question. I wonder if I get the fruit drinks, if I can give that to him. The tentacle, I mean. And now I kind of gotta just bide some time here, waiting for Ed to come down to the kitchen. There he is. Okay, well, let's see what happens there. And maybe, can we? Let's get. Well, actually, I don't think I can get Wendy upstairs. Or sorry, Razor upstairs, because the tentacle's still in the way. Because I didn't offer him any. But what I notice is that I offer him the can of Pepsi, and then he turns it down. He's like, I can't do 12 ounces, which is, I think that's fair. I don't know what the anatomy of a tentacle is. But I kind of like that there's a character in this game that won't drink 12 ounces of Pepsi. I like what he says, tum-ti-tum. Cheese for my hamster and man. Okay. So it's establishing. Let me give you all of the information that I had about this game prior to buying a copy of this game. To start with, I knew that Ed has a hamster. And you blow up the hamster. I always thought there was something about giving the tentacle to Pepsi. I may be mixing that up with the later LucasArts game, The Secret of Monkey Island, where you give the dead pirate LeChuck the root beer. I don't know why that sentence took me like 10 seconds to finish. I was trying to remember, actually, sincerely, I was trying to remember if that was Monkey Island 2 or the first one, but that was the first one. You give him the root beer, and then, the second one I really enjoyed. That might have been the last, like, I don't want to say, no, that was not the last game that I beat. I beat that game like 2 years ago. I kind of like the, so we're going to try to give him the fruit drink. And you can't possibly be hungry. And then in here, this is like a dark room. And there's a developer downstairs. And the one boy can use that, whose name I forget, Michael. And yeah, I'm gonna close the doors. It just bugs me, man. It just bugs me, but it also bugs my television. My goodness. You see how it warps the very frame of their existence. One of these is Ed's room. I don't think it's this one. This is Edna's room. The radio. Ed is not in here. You can climb the ladder up to the ceiling, but you can't really go any higher. I think the second one is Ed's room. So I don't know. I want to say Edna's in here. I don't know. At this point, Dave just I seem to just only ever get him. Oh, you know what? Do you give the Pepsi to the plant? I always thought that was like something that people talked about with this game. Is that you give Pepsi to something. The plant looks so fresh. Oh, there's a typewriter up here. So hopefully that did something. I couldn't tell you. Maybe can I pick up the typewriter? Can't pick that up. Okay, well, we might be trapping Wendy in this absolute certain doom then. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, let's go do that at least with. Oh, I'll go back to Razor at least because I know Ed's not going to come downstairs and like capture her. I guess I'll just leave Dave in here. Go back to Razor and do the thing with putting the cassette. Now I don't know that there's not another place I can put the cassette tape. I've only found one place that would the two places that would accept a cassette tape. One of them is in the room with the piano, and the other one is like downstairs. And I still think I'm gonna somehow cycle to close by hitting the select button. I really established a hierarchy of which commands they thought would be most used by what gets the select button treatment and what doesn't. So here we can go ahead and open the cabinet door, and we can use the cassette tape in the cassette player, and we can go ahead and turn on the cassette player, and just for good measure we'll go ahead and close the cabinet door because I am a gentleman, and we've done that. Whatever that does, we've done it. And we're listening to Dave's music. That's kind of interesting. Now, this is my first time ever using Wendy, who, like me, is involved in the ecriture. I know if we go up to, my gosh, she is, I gotta say, the television does not like Wendy. Her hair seems to be just breaking the fabric of the universe here. It's kind of impressive. I don't know if there's a way for me to fix this. I've thought about like using a VCR. But the problem is the VCR that, like, this TV also hates the VCR that I use. So I think we're just kind of screwed. And I'm gonna say screwed. I said frickin' in one of these a little bit ago. Yeah, get the manuscript. But the writing is terrible. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is go up to nope. The room on the next floor, and where the typewriter is, where I left Dave so rudely. Oh, you know what I should do? Also, this is kind of odd, controlling multiple characters at once. Not that you don't do, like I played Thimbleweed Park. That was another Ron Gilbert game. I like the character in that game who was just like a fan. And we're going to use the old Okay, so she's cleaned up the manuscript here. And now I guess we'll just hope that nobody comes into this room. That seems like a bit of hedging my bets, though. Okay, I'm gonna use Dave. The NES really seems to be struggling with this whole multiple characters on screen thing at once. Oh, damn it. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, well, we're just gonna see if we can beat Weird Ed downstairs. Or maybe our friend Dave can serve as something as a diversion. Okay. Give it a razor. So, presumably, Dave will be taken into the dungeon. There we go. Now, does Dave have anything that's, like, imperative for the success of us? I know not. Now, we're also going to see... I suppose it's possible that Ed catches razor here. Maybe I'm doing too much and trying to get the package. The poster is, like... very, very forthright with, like, get the package. You have to get the package. Now, where's the package? It's in the mailbox. Get that package. Get the package, Razor. Alright, and we're just gonna go... Nope, don't go up the steps. Please. Ma'am. Miss. Ma'am. We're gonna go hang out over here. Now, I don't know if how good Weird Ed's eyesight is. But presumably he'll walk down. Let's just get off the property. How about? This is kind of my strategy for like ding dong ditching too, back in the day. Oh, okay, we just completely sidetracked him. So that's what I do. Shit. I got stuff in the mail today, and I'm a terrible Let's Player, I gotta say. Some uncancelled stamps came off. That's okay. That's interesting. What is in the package? That would be illegal. She's like a punk rock girl. Like from that song. Wasn't the whole idea from that song was that she stole a car? That's a great song. So, I don't have like an envelope. That's right, I left that going for some reason. We're gonna turn on the TV. Presumably that's also what gets us to watch. 222 Skyscraper Way. Is really what I think I need to remember, and really just so like I put it in front of the eyes of our heroine here. Don't forget the stamp. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go to Dave. Really not a lot for him to do, but there is like a stone loose somewhere in here. I apologize if you hear like a Michelob Ultra commercial coming from upstairs. I'm trying to kind of rekindle the spirit. Well, not the loose. Don't pick up the loose brick. Oh, you know what? That's right. It just kind of makes something thud somewhere. Oh, and here's the secret lab. Can we open that? Use the old key on that. Presumably not. Well, I guess the next thing to do would be... We've kind of done all of the things that I know I can do here. We have... Wendy has dolled up the old manuscript there. She, by her own admission, says it's great stuff. Which I like that. Honestly, I'm sick of. And maybe I admit, like, I talk to writers who will just insist that everything they do is trite garbage, and then you read it and it's perfectly fine. But it's like, some of you guys gotta just like feel. I know, you know, that's not easier said than done, obviously. Just to be like, oh, just think it's good. But it can't all be, you know, it can't all be so bad that you should be thrown in jail for it or whatever. Some of it we have to accept is like, alright. So where would an envelope be? We can go to the... Why would okay. Let's interrogate that, Joseph. Is this game gonna make me get an envelope? That is okay. I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to do. I've played games that would make me get an envelope. Why am I assuming that it's going to make me get an envelope? I'm going to tear this house to shreds. This Maniac Mansion to absolute tatters in search of an envelope that I don't know is there. Where's the flag? There was like a. So go to the flag. Oh. And then we're gonna new kid. Oh God, these faces. I like to think that these girls are nice to one another. Dave, he's got friends in low places, right? He's got the punk rock girl and the aspiring novelist. And like, I was the aspiring novelist. I wasn't the aspiring novelist. I was the aspiring journalist back at my high school. But I really did. I would not have gone to some house. Even like, it was tough for me to go to a house where like I knew oh, what am I doing? The mailbox is outside. It was tough for me at like 18 to go to a house occupied and owned by people I knew. Let alone, like, use stamps on manuscripts. They won't stick. Okay, well that was certainly not something that I thought was gonna be the trouble. Is there like an adhesive upstairs? There's some sort of goo in that room. Use, create dried slime. I can get the old paintbrush. Use the paintbrush. Nope. Well, that's not good. I can't use paintbrush on something? Where would be something else adhesive? Yeah, I mean, well, slime you would think would be adhesive. But perhaps not. Yeah, that's an assumption that doesn't necessarily hold. I'd really like to get a sense of what this character is supposed to look like normally. I realize as I see her walking down the steps, it's not imperative. It doesn't necessarily take away from my enjoyment of the game. In fact, it adds kind of an interesting wrinkle. Literally. Several interesting wrinkles. Ketchup, old batteries, and lettuce. Another interesting thing that I learned actually in playing this game is that canned goods, bottle of developer, glass jar, tentacle food, okay. Can I use the key? I don't have the key. Dave has the key. Or does he? Maybe that thing like unlocked this door. I don't know what that did. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'll do a little interlude here. Because another thing I found is that the save battery in this cartridge seems to still work from my efforts. Now, what I have here is, we've been crooked the entire video, but I think that just adds to the charm. What we have here is the aforementioned poster. I'm going to have to like straddle my way up to this. So here's Razor. The Scumettes is playing at Club Mohawk. Edna Dearest. There's just a lot. I mean, there's a lot of effort put into that, which I really like. I want to see if, because I will say, like, there's as much as it's as much as people laugh at you to be like, you fucking moron, thinking some things may have been better in the past. Video games are not coming with this sort of thing anymore. With a newspaper, with a fake bulletin board. Portable radio into the shallow water. No. I don't know if. Okay, there's a point here. Hang it from the ceiling fan about a loose key. A really deficit of keys. I kind of want to do this somewhere. Just leave like a note. That's just like for sale X in that sort of font. Leave my actual phone number, just kind of where it goes. State University meteorites. Well, I don't know that any of this is actually interesting to what is particularly going on here, but the one thing I promise to you is that I am not going to look anything up. Jalico's games we have here. Me just quietly reading this. I don't have the hint book offer. I do have the manual as well. I suppose I can check the manual. But I like all the subliminal like cues in there. It's not really, I don't like the phrase subliminal in that sense, but of course I just used it. Hints and assorted notes. Let's go there, 18. I should call this in. I should send that in. If I lived in the 80s, man, being born in 1995 was wasted on me. If I was born in like 1977, I fucking guarantee you, in my free time, I'm filling all these out. Because I do that. Name, Joe. Age, 29. Male, female, male, address, etc. City, Lawrence, state, Kansas. How did I get this game? Bought it. How many games do I have for my Nintendo? 2. How long have I owned my Nintendo? When did I get this? It's like 2008, I think. It's 16 years. Do I have any other accessories? No. I don't own another joystick for my Nintendo. What types of games do I like to play? Movie hits second. That's kind of interesting. I like if it's like 3 games packed onto one thing and then I get a score at the end of it. I like that. Do I play alone? Yeah. It's unfortunate, but yes. How do I learn about new games from my Nintendo? I call other companies. I'd be calling other companies though. That's the thing. Is like I'm sure the people who wrote this probably felt like just like it had to be like the most grunt work shit. And I would put so much effort into this. And for every game that I owned, I'd have for this and for whatever else was in the Jaleco catalog. Such as, for example, Bases Loaded 2 Second Season, Astion X, Pinball Quest, War on Wheels, Mechanoids, The Last Ninja, Bases Loaded for Game Boy and In Your Face. Oh, wait. Anyway, any of those games, I would be sending the same thing in every time. Except how many games do I own for my Nintendo? I would increase that by 1 with each. And look, nobody else wants that anymore. If I buy a game online, I'm going to leave like a public-facing review. What TV shows do I watch? I watch Good Morning Football. Which magazines do I read? I read N+1. I read Harper's. I read Gentleman's Quarterly. I read the Paris Review. And I read Snarls, which is like kind of a local magazine. And I read like Lawrence magazine when it comes out. The Pitch. I pick up copies of The Pitch. It's not like I read them at the moment, but I should definitely do that. Which movie did I last see? Drunks, I think. No, I saw like I would count Mississippi Masala. I saw that was on. They were showing that on TV, and I watched some of that, but I didn't finish it. When We Were Kings, I watched all of that last week. Do I have any brothers? No. How old? And do I have any sisters? Yes. How old? And I don't want to reveal that online. But I mean, she's a grown woman. Hints and assorted notes. The package. Get that package at the very least. Prevent Weird Ed from getting it. You'll need something in the box. The package itself comes in handy too. Well, then why is Razor... Now, maybe this... I don't want to get into a commentary on punk rockers. The flashlight is useful in dark places. Sorry, let me finish the prior thought there. Razor was so averse to opening the box on the grounds of illegality, which in my eyes is like not. That's not. I'm sorry, that's not punk at all. I think, but at the same time, like it could be very punk to care about like postal regulations. That doesn't strike me as like that. It seems like one of those things where it's like there's I don't know. I don't understand the punks. I got a grudge against the punks. Anyway, I don't really have a grudge against the punks. So, from what I know, if I turn off my NES, it will come back on to this here, with Wendy and her big ass head shattering the earth, staring at the door here. So. We'll see how that goes.